I was thinking to myself one night about space travel and the infinite possibilities behind space travel, and I had a dream about this man who travelled the ends of space, just hopping from planet to planet, and I started writing it down.
Dwayne comes to me with a script, and I must say it's quite the pitch. And I'm flicking through it as I usually do with scripts, and I get a lot of scripts. And it's quite simply the best thing I've ever read.
I realised as soon as I put pen to paper that I'd created something probably beyond anything I could have ever imagined.
Captain, we seem to have a problem with the hyperdrive and the neutron system brake flux. We won't be able to leave the planet until we've found materials to fix the problem.
Your problems aren't my problems, Samuel.
But sir, if you just listen...
I said fix it now, you loser!
The special effects, for me, are, at the time, was so ahead of its time, it's now we've only just caught up.
I think a lot of people still come to me and many of the cast and crew and ask, how did you create such cutting edge effects? And a lot of it isn't effects.
Hey Thomas, what's it like over there? Any sign of intelligence? Hey, come on, we don't have all day!
It's coming in at 3 about 1,000.
That must be where your wife lives, huh? Hey, pilot! Plan down there, now!
No, sir, it's too dangerous.
I don't care, it looks alright to me. Come on, let's go!
The ship again was something that came to me in a dream.
It was one of these things where, it was almost like an epiphany, where, I think it was Dwayne, it might have been me, no, actually it was definitely me.
The idea that you could have a kitchen in space, the fact you could have a cockpit where, much like an aeroplane, but you could lounge about. You could sit with maybe 2 other people, and then the idea, of course, of living quarters. So it was really a marvel.
I'm getting a signal from an unidentified spacecraft.
What is it? Tell me what it is!
I can't tell you that, sir.
We'll make contact on screen, now!
The monster was a very difficult piece to create, only that we had many different people working on different facial masks. We had a lot of different people working on the makeup, trying new ways of making a monster look scary.
We were all waiting for the mask. That was the big thing. Sort of Dwayne kept saying, "Oh, there's a mask coming. There's a mask coming. There's a mask coming," and I called him out. I said, "Dwayne, this is bullshit. There clearly wasn't going to be a mask. As far as we were aware, it was going to be someone wearing a colander."
I got one woman who was world renowned to come and make me a mask. She spent 2 months on it solidly, and she came with the mask to me while I was in my dressing room, and I said, "This is terrible," and we were shooting the next day, so I decided to stay up all night and create it myself.
And all of a sudden, Dwayne comes in. He stayed up all night making this mask, and I swear to God, the whole cast and crew just got up, and we were applauding till the morning.
Identify yourself now! You have made contact with the SS John.
We meet again, Planet Man.
I don't know you, but I do know one thing. If you do not surrender, you will meet your death.
Oh, Planet Man, it is you who will die, that is for sure.
I have tracked your location down to the planet Xylon.
I will be waiting for you, Planet Man. Your head will be a perfect wedding gift for my new wife.
I am coming down to kill you.
We were then troubled with the task of having to come up with a slogan. And I think it was, again, just thinking about Planet Man and what could the slogan be. And it was actually Francois who came to me. And he said, what about Planet Man, Planet Man? And I was confused initially. But then he said, do you get it? I mean, I didn't at the time. And he said, Planet Man, Planet Man. And I just thought it was fabulous.
Yo, this is Planet Man. I can't detect anything that means that I should be wearing my oxygen mask. So, Captain's log. So I've just been deserted by my crew here on the planet known as KBAP. Pretty hard to take, but, not so bad, when you got a reflection like mine. So, what's new? The aliens are alright. I've eaten a couple, fucked a few, so, that's all good. I just gotta get myself a new spaceship. Alright, that's me out.
Landing on the planet was a huge task for us. How are we going to make the audience believe that we had in fact landed on a new planet? And it's a long time before we shot the scene, we looked at different ways of doing it. And first up we were on the beach, and I didn't feel it was right at all.
So we fly to the Gobi Desert. We're staying there for about a month. Minimal provisions. And I am talking minimal. I'm talking a camel's toe at best in a stew.
Just there, on our own, in the desert, to really soak up the atmosphere of this barren planet. And from there, we created these mind-blowing sets.
Tweeze, tweeze.
Hey, that ship just definitely went tweeze, tweeze.
Yeah, that's funny, that, mate.
Tweeze. Don't fuck with me.
Hey, you guys. What's going on, huh? Who's doing all the work around here, huh? Me, that's who.
You are Planet Man. You're brilliant.
What are you guys doing, huh? Nothing. Look what I just killed, huh?
Oh! What is it?
That's a man-eating kyberzoid. What are you guys doing, you sons of bitches? Well, that's not good enough. Take some more action. Do some more stuff, huh? Get to it, you losers.
There's a controversial toilet scene. Talk to me about the toilet scene.
A lot of people have criticised me for making the show too real.
There are no words. It's just...
All right. This is the captain's log. Am I right? Captain's log, I repeat.
You don't see people washing their hands, brushing their teeth, going to the toilet. And I think it was a corner of TV that I was well ahead
And yet, a lot of people would say, why on earth am I watching a man, defecating, not live, but, on TV? And I would say to them, what film have you ever watched? Because these people have to go to the toilet. This is real. This is real TV. The biggest testament I had, a young boy, I think he must have been about 10 or 11, just came up to me one day and said, "Francois," and I turned around and I looked around and then I looked down and saw this young infant, and he said, "Thank you for Planet Man."
We had to find a way to put a full stop at the end of this fabulous story.
It was an emotional thing. Planet Man had been a lot of things to a lot of people. Certainly for me, it had given me that platform to go on and, audition, not necessarily grab the parts, but, look, I'm not ashamed of the series. A lot of people have called it, terrible, dated, whatever. But for me, it's still one of the big highlights of television of the last 50 years, and that's no joke.
Obviously, we had to end it when sadly Harry did pass away.
I remember I got the call. Harry's wife sort of kindly called me up and said, "Oh, Francois, you better sit down." And I said I already was, so that was embarrassing for her.
Harry was a dear friend, I think, to me and everyone in the cast and crew. Is perfect for Planet Man. And it was an absolute tragedy when I heard about his death. I have to admit I didn't see it coming, but a crane is dangerous at home or abroad, I think. And I think that's probably a lesson that all of us have taken home.
It was one of these tragic things where Harry had been such a good friend, but he'd unfortunately died. I suppose in the way he would have wanted, which is falling off a crane, which is ironic because he loved the game Cranium, so it was one of the really
But it's one of those things that. Actually, I think we sort of ended in quite a sort of suitable fashion. I think the last scene that we filmed with Harry, we didn't know that he was going to die. So again, we had to work very hard on coming up with some special effects so that we could end the programme in such a way that would still honour the storyline. And I think we've done that brilliantly.